Jealousy for Charles and William is the root of all evil. The royal family was protected by a deadly trap that Meghan and Harry unwittingly walked into. How incredibly naive of the Sussexes to believe that wealth will give them the independence they seek. Good morning and welcome back to the UK royal news trend. A so-called royal expert has just told us that any notion that the royal family is envious of Meghan and Harry is completely made up. She says, "Thing is, before the wedding, the Sussex pair were the flavour of the month, and, while I think the Queen still figured as the nation's favourite royal, Harry and Meghan were ahead of William and Catherine and remained in that position for a few weeks, giving them overconfidence in their own powers." After that, rumours began spreading about Meghan being difficult and the couple's star began to fade, albeit slowly at first. In Australia, rumours began to circulate about Meghan's behaviour, including that she was rude and had thrown tea at an aide, for which King Charles had later paid the aide £250,000 in compensation. It has been rumoured that while staying with Sir Peter and Lady Cosgrove, Meghan was upset that she and Harry didn't get a run of Admiralty House, that she kept the kitchen staff up late baking banana cakes and bread until they were to her liking, and that since she and Harry got into loud yelling matches. However, while this was reported in the UK, it may have been kept under wraps in Australia, so the cheering crowd still came out to see them, and then they were bolstered in their belief that they were the stars of the royal family. After returning home, with the royal family now aware of the truth, they insisted on being given equal billing with William and Catherine and more prominent roles in the productions starring the royal couple, since they were by far the most beloved pair. "It doesn't work like that," came the reply. However, Harry famously said, "What Meghan wants, Meghan gets," and Meghan got what she wanted, which did not make her happy. Furthermore, it was revealed that Harry petitioned his father for a larger portion of the Duchy of Cornwall's income at her urging. Instead of accepting that she would never be the first in the hierarchy, but could be the most loved, Meghan was told no to yet another demand, and both she and Harry ascribed the refusal to William and Catherine's jealousy. The couple assumed they were being prevented from meeting because their fellow royals were jealous of their success. All an elaborate hoax, and they must know by now that their star is well below the horizon and obscured by clouds. Listen, I get that Charles and William might appreciate a day of normalcy once in a while, having their offices not be piled high with red envelopes and paperwork, not having to make small talk with dignitaries in front of a room full of people on a dreary Friday morning, and not having a plaque bearing their names unveiled. In the winter, they prefer to cuddle up by the fireplace with their significant others and play in the snow with their children and grandchildren. Some of the time, I'm sure they envy the Sussexes' easygoing lifestyle. On the other hand, and this is a major but, I believe that they are, on the whole, very happy with the lives that they've created for themselves. Both men have put in significant effort to find fulfillment in life, and that was, to a large extent, predestined for them. They couldn't just cut loose and move to California. Yet, I believe they are more content than the Sussexes. They continue to represent the monarchy, Britain, and the Commonwealth, build international relationships, fundraise for their charities, engage with the public, work to save endangered species, and save the world. The couple also makes time to cuddle up by the fire and play with their grandchildren. In my opinion, both men are content with their identities. The same probably cannot be said of Harry. If he was happy, he wouldn't bring up the life he abandoned at every available opportunity. Celebrities and royals alike must care deeply about how the public perceives them. One must uphold a certain reputation. The monarchy still adheres to ancient customs and protocols established over 1,000 years ago. Every new king or queen instituted stricter regulations. When no one is looking, they live a perfectly ordinary life as any family. Markle herself found it dull to stay at home and do regular chores instead of going out every night. The nasty duo singles out the worst parts of life in the royal family. There are more examples of good than bad, but they want the sympathy vote, so they make up stories to that effect. A professional victim can turn the tables on an accuser and make them look bad, so no one will dare challenge them. The gruesome duo thinks they're ahead, but in reality they're falling further and further behind. Netflix is the only one who benefits from this fake documentary. It's been viewed a lot and gotten some negative feedback, but now the world can see it for themselves. There is now absolutely no turning back. Furthermore, if they were content, they would simply carry on with their daily lives that the royal family does. I don't understand why, if they are so overjoyed, they feel the need to keep criticising his family. Assuming Meghan made the comment, "With everything on the line, don't you think you should hear our story from us?" Where are the stakes? What exactly do they want? Can they really believe that they can topple King Charles? Should William and his offspring be removed from succession? Or do they seek to overthrow the monarchy entirely? The question is, what are they trying to accomplish? The fact that they had to work made them miserable. Okay, reduce your height. As a result, they set out to achieve economic autonomy. Okay, generate your own income. All of that is possible, and perhaps even more so, without smearing his family's name or creating unnecessary conflict. It's possible to help others and do good without bringing disharmony into your home. In fact, you would be able to accomplish more if you avoided insulting other people. In fact, Harry and Markle spend all of their time complaining and discussing the royal family. They're so worked up about something else that they can't even take a breath. We all experience days when the constraints of our jobs feel too much. I refuse to believe that Harry has thought of all of these schemes on his own. Before he met Meghan, he frequently witnessed his father put Anne, Andrew and Edward behind his own needs. Since Charles was the rightful heir to the throne, the other three were always treated as spares and given fewer responsibilities than he. We can safely assume that Meghan was the one who first suggested there was a popularity contest between Harry and William. She sowed the seed of foolishness, and Harry was duped by her. Anne, out of the four siblings, is by far the most well-liked. Considering the partners of each, Sophie is likely second only to Anne. Even though King Charles is held in high regard, I believe his sister and brother-in-law enjoy greater popularity. You're not special, Harry, and I'm sorry, you're just a guy with a range of typical emotions about being a provider for your loved ones. Except you're a spoiled brat with the ability to quit your job whenever you like, because your mum left you $20 million trust fund and your granny left you a few million when she passed away. Basically, Harry, you need to be quiet. You too. In your opinion, what do Harry and Meghan represent? You can share your thoughts with me in the space provided below, and we can discuss them further. Remember to like and share my video with your friends who will find it interesting if you do. Also, if you'd like to stay up to date with our staff's latest developments, please subscribe to our UK Royal News Trend channel. Now, I'd like to thank you for watching and say goodbye until next video.